especially at the events that we have where it bumps up between Black Hat and DEF CON, is you'll have people there, dressed to the nines in their little, executive business suit. And then we've got, a whole slew of ethical hackers there with like crazy rainbow color hair. And folks are interacting and mixing it up with each other that might not have had, other opportunities to be at the same type of an event. Because this isn't focused on a specific type of technology or a specific vendor. It really is just focused on bringing people together who want to, connect with other security folks in an environment with zero pressure to drink.
I love the food piece because there is clearly, like, generally when you go to these events, there is more effort on the bar than there is on the food. And that's really counterbalanced because you really shouldn't drink on an empty stomach.
Right.
So I love that. Even when I don't do a ton of event planning, but we always do an annual summit with the team, and we get together and we always go out and do something. So we go to, last year was really fun. We did mini golf inside.
Oh, nice.
And so and then the mini golf area, was in New York City. They had food trucks. So you got to pick which food truck you wanted to go to. And then you ordered from there. And I always tell the team, I'm like, we will cover your first beer or wine. If you want to go fancy, that's up to you. And then after that, it's on you guys. And so to your point, it allows us to make sure we're taking care of them and getting them food.
Yes.
More important than alcohol, obviously. So I absolutely love that.
It's tough at conferences too, because I think there are sometimes when I meet folks who have worked in security primarily, they're like, oh my gosh, our industry is so bad when it comes to like substance abuse and alcoholism. And like, it's not atypical. It's not that it's so much worse than other industries. But I think within our industry, we do have a lot of, people with neurodivergence and folks who, like myself, I'm an extrovert, but I do have pretty bad social anxiety when it comes to like meeting new people or being in new situations. So when you couple that, when you've got some social anxiety issues and you're going to a conference, maybe it's the first conference you've ever been to, or you get uncomfortable around groups of large people, or you're nervous about meeting new folks, or that, horrible imposter syndrome creeping up. We've got all these other issues going on in the background. And then we've had a long day of conference. We are more than likely very dehydrated because sometimes at the conferences, it's hard to even find places to refill your water bottle. So you're dehydrated. And then you've got maybe 2 or 3 different evening events that you need to like make an appearance at that you've been invited to. If you're just having 1 or 2 drinks at each one of those, by the end of the night, it can be a really bad situation, because if you start to use alcohol as sort of that social lubricant, it can start to cause you to have even more than you normally would. And people are just usually trying to be polite when they're like bringing you a new drink or saying, "Hey, what can I get you? What can I get you?" And it's free, so it's harder to say no. So it's like this. These cascading errors that start to happen, where by the end of a conference or an event, people might have done or said things that they normally wouldn't have, that they might regret, or just feel icky, just feel like dried out and hungover and nasty. So having alternative options, whether it's through Sober and Cyber, or, hopefully this message helps to inspire other marketers and other people to like throw different types of events, whole different kinds of activities that don't just revolve around alcohol. And I don't think it's been intentional. I don't think it's anything that we as an industry have done on purpose. It's just what's been done and what's worked. Yeah. It works, really well in the past, but man, we're so creative. We can find so many cooler things to do.